What was the first thought that came to your mind when you heard Yvette got pregnant? What does that matter? It matters because the baby's yours, Zeke. Yvette's pregnant with your baby. Keith got the upper hand and pushed me off the stairs at the Russo mansion the moment I found out that he was trying to take people's lives in this school. Mom? Where is your brother, Wade? Terry, she didn't give Finnegan a funeral. Terry had him cremated. Hey, Mom. How are you doing after hearing about Finnegan? I don't know how to answer you, Alan. Since I haven't seen him in months, it's hard to believe that he's gone. But if he is gone, then it really hurts knowing that I never got the chance to say goodbye. Get yourself together, Harley. Last time I checked, Lucas was supposed to be at boarding school. You know which brother I'm referring to, Wade. Where is Sean? And why haven't you been answering my calls when you know that I was going to ask about him? That's right. Keith was the one who pushed you off the stairs at the Russo mansion. I'm sorry, JJ, I wasn't thinking. And I'm sorry too, Yvette. I'm sorry that I couldn't stop Keith from almost taking your life. What did you just say to me? The baby Yvette is pregnant with is yours, Zeke. It's true. Nah, it can't be. Believe me. I get that it's a lot to take in, but Yvette wouldn't lie to me about something like this. Then why did she lie to me? Come on, Nona. I didn't like Finnegan, but Mom is grieving right now. And don't you forget the reason for your disdain towards that man, Alan. You know as well as I do that Finnegan Burke is not worth your mother's pathetic tears. You are one cruel old lady, Clarice. Do you know that? And it's clear to me that you foolishly fell in love with a cruel man who married a cruel woman, creating a cruel monster who almost took Maximilian's life. That sorry excuse of a man would still be alive if he had been a decent father. I'm sorry that I haven't been answering your calls, Mom. Then why didn't you call me back when you've been ignoring them? Because ever since Sean went missing, the police have been breathing down my neck while I've been trying to track him down. Your younger brother is no criminal mastermind, Wade. How come you haven't located him yet? Because I gave up. There's nothing you have to apologize for, JJ. My family told me the same thing after I woke up from the coma and found out that Keith ended up taking Ulysses' life. To this day, it's still hard to believe that I don't bear some sort of responsibility. It's not like you handed Keith the weapon that day, which means that you don't share the blame. I get that, Yvette, logically, but I was the only person who knew what Keith was planning, and I wasn't strong enough to stop him. What do you mean, Zeke? When I heard Yvette got pregnant, I asked her if the baby was mine. She told me some other guy got her pregnant. I don't see why she'd tell me that you're the dad if it was a lie. You already know that I know about Black Friday. It adds up to how far along Yvette is in her pregnancy. I can only think of one reason why Yvette wouldn't say something. What you thinking, Zeke? She ain't trying to mess up what I got with Nichelle. I know how much you care about your girl, but now that you know that you're gonna be a father, are you gonna tell Nichelle the truth? As if you have any room to talk, Clarice. Excuse me? You're the one who kept your husband away from his youngest daughter, which is why Lorenzo is no longer running Russo Jewelers. Good. So you haven't forgotten the mess we're in with that bastard running that company. Get it together so that your son doesn't have his birthright stolen from him. Nona, you know that I want Russo Jewelers more than anything, but Mom is trying to accept the fact that Finnegan is gone. Time is something we do not have, Alan. Your mother had more than enough time to grieve for that man, since he's been in a coma somewhere in the world for months and has not been seen throughout that time. What do you mean you no longer wanted to find your brother, Wade? It's best if I don't explain. Do not ever tell your mother what is best for her. When I ask you a question, I expect an answer, and you will answer me now. And this is why I ignored your calls, Mom. Something happened before Sean disappeared. What is it? He was getting out of control, and I was going to keep him in line. In order to do that, I got a hold of his phone. When I looked through his phone, I noticed the messages he made to try and get that teenage girl to work at the parlor. Then what happened? I put the phone down, and I was going to confront him about it. The next thing I know, he was gone, and so was Sean. Keith is a sociopath who felt like the whole world was supposed to revolve around him. Whenever he didn't get what he wanted from other people, he ended up hurting them. When I met him, I just thought he was a lonely guy who seemed like he was in pain, which is why I ended up being his friend, a decision I'll regret for as long as I live. You didn't know what he was capable of. People tried to warn me, but I didn't listen, Yvette. Yulissa tried to warn me, and now she's gone. Bringing Keith into my life allowed him to stalk Vanessa and go crazy on the world once he got caught. None of that is your fault, JJ. Keith took advantage of your kindness. Telling Nichelle ain't an option. If she finds out Dee Dee, then she ain't never gonna take me back. Does that mean you ain't gonna be in your kid's life, Zeke? It ain't like Yvette wants me to be involved. She lied and told me that I wasn't the dad, cause she wasn't trying to get in between you and Nichelle. Think about it, Zeke. A baby is coming, your baby. That should be your priority, just like it's Yvette's priority. Don't you want to know your son or daughter? This is too much, Dee Dee. I'm getting ready to spend spring break with Nichelle. Now you're telling me that I'm about to be somebody's dad in the coming months. Exactly, which means you got plenty of time to figure out what to do. You got a choice to make, Zeke. Either you live happily ever after with Nichelle, or miss out on seeing your little boy or girl grow up. All these years, I thought Isidore got his coldness from Lorenzo. You've proven to me that he got his coldness from you, Clarice. Do not change the subject, Harley. Finnegan is never coming back. He is a part of your past. Alan needs both of us to stay strong so that we can secure his future. If I'm gonna move on, I'll need Terry to let me be in possession of Finnegan's ashes, if she hasn't tossed them away already. Are you saying that Sean saw you look on his phone? He must have. It's the only explanation that I can think of, Mom. And you just decided that it would be best if he went undetected. Sean is a liability, Mom. You didn't see how reckless he was becoming. As long as Sean stays far away, then it only means that he won't put our family's organization at risk. I really wish that I was that playful, cheerful guy who people saw as kind. Over a year ago, I missed the guy I was before I got schizophrenia and everything that came after that. As a born-again Christian, I get that God has my life in his hands, but this Christian walk comes with so much pain. Don't speak like that, JJ. Deep down, that cheerful, kind boy is still in there somewhere. Just a moment ago, you couldn't stand the sight of me because the boy you became was harsh and cruel. Honestly, I was speaking out of hurt, and I really am sorry that I hurt you, Yvette. For as long as I've known you, I've been so concerned about condemning you rather than trying to point you to Jesus. I really am ashamed of myself. That ends today. You and I don't have to be friends, but we don't have to be enemies either. Agreed? Agreed. I'll leave you alone now. Yvette. What is it, Zeke? You and I need to talk. What could we possibly have to talk about? Don't play with me. You know good and well what we need to discuss. I don't have time for this. But you found the time to lie to me and tell Dee Dee that I am the one who got you pregnant.